Doctor Who is back in less than 1 week. That means we'll need to recap what's happened before this to get you up to speed on where the Doctor and new companion Ruby Sunday are. Don't panic, we're not recapping the last 60 years of Doctor Who. We will be here a little bit too long. Still, we're actually recapping 2023's Christmas special episode, The Church on RubyRoad. This episode was our introduction to the 15th Doctor, played by actor Ncuti Gatwa. Part of Doctor Who's 60th anniversary, where David Tennant's Doctor has gone off on his own adventures, the 15th Doctor finds himself in a new adventure with Ruby Sunday, played by Millie Gibson. So, let's get to it. Greetings everyone, I'm Jack and welcome to Tardis Central. If you want to keep up to date on all the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. As always, please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're talking about Doctor Who, we want to hear about it. The episode opens with a bit of narration from the 15th Doctor, setting up the children's storybook-like tone for the episode. It also introduces us to Ruby as a baby, abandoned on the steps of a church on RubyRoad, Christmas Eve 2004. The mother, a cloaked figure the series is bound to return to later, walks away into the unknown. The Doctor looks on, tears in his eyes, determined to save Ruby. It's a great opening, but we won't return to this for a while. After the opening credits, we cut to December 1st. With an interview between now grown-up Ruby and TV presenter Davina McCall. Ruby's trying to find her birth parents and has decided to go on the program Long Lost Family to help. Introducing herself as a foundling and expressing love and adoration for her adoptive mum, the interview quickly falls apart. Goblins are moving cables and toppling lights, ending the interview early. Interestingly, Ruby mentions the giggle in the novelization, although this was probably removed from the TV to make it a nicer jumping on point for the audience. After that, it's December 22nd, and Ruby's playing a small gig with her band. The Doctor watches from the background, wearing a very stylish hat. Goblins are at it again, though, unplugging Ruby's keyboard. That's not all, however, as a mysterious woman requests the band play a certain song. This woman is played by Susan Twist, who previously appeared as Mrs. Merridew in Wild Blue Yonder, the second 60th anniversary special. She's also set to appear in the new season as Susan Triad, with Triad Technologies, seen in recent trailers. We're very excited to learn who she is and why she keeps popping up in time. Ruby meets the Doctor, or rather the gin and tonic safety inspector, in a nightclub the next night, December 23rd. After showing off some moves on the dance floor, the Doctor catches her glass, which has been moved by the goblins. Ruby observes that bad luck seems to be following her, but it's not getting over her yet. Getting into a taxi with her friends, a large snowman decoration is set to fall on the taxi, stopped only by the Doctor using his sonic screwdriver on the traffic lights. Coming home from the shops on Christmas Eve, Ruby passes her neighbours, Mrs. Flood and Abdul, arguing over the Tardis taking up the footpath. Back in her flat, Ruby learns her family is getting a new foster baby, Lulabelle, born on Christmas Eve, just like Ruby. What a coincidence. She also gets the unfortunate news that Davina couldn't find her birth family, which is a little mysterious. I wonder if we'll ever learn where she's come from. While all those things are happening, goblins steal Lulabelle from her crib, picking up a ladder into the sky. Ruby hops on trying to save the baby, but thankfully the Doctor comes to her aid, introducing himself properly while using some intelligent mavity gloves to help maintain grip on the ladder. After arriving on the Goblin ship, floating miles in the sky, the Doctor and Ruby are captured and tied up. It's here the Doctor deciphers a goblin's taste, riding through time, feeding on chance, luck and coincidence. Those incidents earlier were weaving Ruby into the web of luck. He also learns the language of rope, unable to use his sonic screwdriver. He likens the knots to wires and circuitry. This frees the pair, now frantically searching for Lulabelle. Thankfully, the goblins make some noise with the ever so impressive Goblin song. The Doctor and Ruby crash down just in time, saving Lulabelle, singing a verse themselves and using some rigging to descend back to the ground with the baby. Back at Ruby's flat, all safe and sound, the Doctor and Ruby frantically run around trying to goblin-proof the area. It's like baby-proofing, but even more all-encompassing. The Doctor charms Cherry while he's there, and everything seems okay for a minute. In a really touching moment, Ruby and the Doctor discover something they have in common. They're both foundling, adopted, not knowing exactly where they came from. This presents a really unique Doctor/companion character dynamic that the new season looks to be doing something about. However, after Carla walks in, the house shakes, windows shatter, and the roof cracks in two. Ruby disappears. The flat then instantly becomes much drearier, no decorations and no happiness. Carla still has Lulabelle, begrudgingly fostering kids for money. Where she'd previously fostered 33, she's now only done 5 or 6. Brought to tears, the Doctor realises the goblins cracked the timeline by taking baby Ruby. He runs to the Tardis to correct the timeline. We then arrive where the episode began, Christmas Eve 2004. The Doctor sees Ruby's mum walking away but rushes to the church. Goblins quickly scale the church with Ruby in tow, taking her up to the ship. Thankfully, the Doctor ascends quickly enough to ascend the church to catch the ladder. Using a Mavity gloves, he jumps the church and drags the ship down. This impales the Goblin King on the church's steeple, presumably getting rid of the goblins for good. So, the Doctor's now saved Lulabelle, fixed the timeline, and even rescued Davina McCall.
Merry Christmas, Davina McCall.
The Doctor returns to the present day. Ruby does remain fascinated by the Doctor. Carla just thinks he's crazy. Ruby realizes after all this time, see what we did there, that the Doctor is a time traveler. Then dashing out the door in search of the Doctor. I mean, who wouldn't want to travel in time, right? Ruby asks Mrs. Flood if she's seen the Doctor, who pointed towards the Tardis, which has parked itself across the road. Ruby enters, exits, does the familiar walk around the outside, and enters again. She finds the Doctor leaning over a railing in a recently updated console room, who welcomes her aboard the Tardis. Soon after, the ship dematerializes, whisking a pair away on a new adventure. Next stop, anywhere. However, the episode's not over yet. A mid-credits scene teases something very curious about Mrs. Flood. Abdul, who we met earlier, comes over and starts panicking about how the TARDIS disappeared in front of him. Mrs. Flood calms him down and sends him away. After this, she breaks the fourth wall, asking the audience, never seen a TARDIS before? We don't know who Mrs. Flood is, but she's powerful enough to break the fourth wall and seems to know what's going on. Very intriguing. That was Doctor Who's 2023 Christmas special, The Church on Ruby Road. It's a fantastic adventure that does a lot of legwork to introduce all these new characters and tease plot lines for the upcoming season. What are you hoping to see resolved in season 1? Is there anything you hope is never explained? Let us know in the comments below. And remember to watch the new episodes of Doctor Who from May 10th on Disney Plus and May 11th via BBC One and BBC iPlayer. Remember, Doctor Who airs at midnight in the UK as we enter May 11th. Stay up late if you want to watch Doctor Who first. If not, you can catch it on BBC One, I think around about 6 PM to 7 PM on Saturday, like usual times. If you want to keep up to date on all the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. For now, I've been Jack, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.